Next up, radio, what's going on, man? We have a guest in here.
Yes,
phenomenal guest.
Yes.
We have a lot that's going on. Raziel, make sure I'm saying it right.
Raziel, that's correct.
Raziel, that's what's up, man.
Yes.
Glad to have you on here, brother.
Next up, radio.
Same here.
Man, word
I'm
on
your
the street.
cheerleader tonight.
All right.
I'll be cheer. You know how you go to the boxing match?
Yeah.
And the women walk around like this?
Number
That's
girl,
me
number
today.
girl.
But I'm in the chair. I'm the number girl.
We like number girls around here. It's important. Support. It's support. That's all it is. Support. That's all it is. Support. Man, word on the streets is you got a record that's buzzing right now, man.
Yes.
People are going
Ladies and
nuts
gentlemen,
over
look at the number girl right here. It's so great. Right next to yours and only. Yours truly.
What's that feel like, man? I mean, that's a moment that's like, you know, if you're, especially in New York, like, I mean, for every rapper, but especially in New York, when you have that buzz, when you're on the radio, when people in the streets are talking, that's a big moment, man. What does that feel like?
It feels great, man. It feels great. It's like, it's amazing, you know what I'm saying? Especially putting so much work, so much years, so much like dedication and sacrifice, and then, you know what I'm saying, for it to finally pay off, it's like, it's amazing, you know what I'm saying? So it's a great thing.
Okay, that's what's up. Now you got people who are like, all of a sudden now a part of your team that weren't like maybe 20 minutes ago.
You know, it's people like, oh yeah,
man, I knew Raziel was going, nigga, we went to 8th grade, dog.
It's crazy, it's crazy, I never knew, it's really,
It's real though.
It's real, it's real. It's like who is this? Like,
Yeah, how do you react to that? Like, do you say like right to them, like,
nah,
or do you kind of be like modest, like humble, like?
Nah, man, I'm more of an open arm type of dude. So if they come around, you know what I'm saying, I just show the love. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Like they could,
Never know.
they could probably help me out in some way. You know what I'm saying? Promotion. I don't know. Just join the team. Let's go.
It's true.
You knew me once before. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I don't push no one away.
Yeah.
That's not my
You're not
style.
standing off.
So tell us, what makes your music so unique?
What makes my music unique? I make my music unique. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I make it unique. I mean, sometimes like the record that any record I do is pretty much I give it like my feeling, my thoughts, like at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For instance, like Swirling. You know what I'm saying? When I did Swirling, I was swirling. Like at that moment, I was swirling. So it's pretty much special to me. You know what I'm saying? It was at the moment. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit about Swirling. I didn't write the record. I mean, I didn't write. I was swirling. I went in the booth. I just started singing. I just started rapping. I just started giving it my feeling. Whatever I was feeling, I just gave it to it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's pretty much
I
it.
think that's the best way to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of
Because it
times.
comes from in here.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
You gotta be uninhibited and just kind of
you
let it
just
all
let
come
it
out.
out.
Yeah, honestly, when I was writing, my records weren't strong. They were.
I feel like it was too thought out.
As soon as I dropped the pencil, like I'm not gonna say I'm a freestyler. Like I don't.
Right.
But as soon as I dropped the pencil and I started giving it, 3 bars here, 4 bars here, that's when everything like the real me came out. You know what I'm saying? The real Raziel. That's when the real, like all the like previous songs I used to write on and write them down and spit from the book and all that. Like that wasn't the real Raziel. I was thinking too hard. I was putting stuff like now, like the way I'm spitting now, the way I'm doing my music now, like it's all real. You feel me? All real. Like, I have so many records that if you listen to them, like you can hear the
difference in it?
yeah, you can hear them. You can hear the feeling behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what you said that is so important that I think so many artists today miss. When she asked you what makes your music
So unique, yeah.
you said you. And I think that's what so many people are missing. I mean, everybody wants to do records for whatever,
Sound
talking about the hot
excellence,
moment. But if you look at the artists who transcend the most, you look at the Eminems, the Missy Elliott's, the 50 Cents, they're really telling their story, like you just said. You're not trying to say, hey, look, I drink, I smoke, we all do records for the moment because that's what's relatable.
Right.
But what's going to separate people and give them something more is you, and I think you hit that right on the head, talking about what makes you unique, so I think that's important. Now tell me real quick about, because the moment that you're at right now is an important moment, because obviously you have to capitalize on the momentum.
Right, take advantage.
What was it that you did to get to this moment? Tell us about some of what your journey was. What was that like? Because a lot of people don't even get to this moment where the buzz is influential. What did you do that was right?
It was,
that other people can look at and say, okay, that's maybe what I'm not doing enough for.
well, pretty much like just coming out with the right record and knowing the right people is very important. You know what I'm saying? And then putting the work behind it.
Right.
But what made this song, like what when I dropped the pencil, that's when I pretty much got to capitalize in my talent and my creativity. When I dropped the pencil,
you gotta trust it. You gotta trust it.
So that's pretty much.
With music today, what is it that you feel is missing?
What's
missing in music today in regards to rapping and stuff like that?
I don't feel like it's missing anything.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a new generation, and you know, the music. To be real with you, the music community and the whole hip hop is pretty much. It's a new generation. Like, so, like me personally, I like Biggie, I like Jay-Z, I like. That Super Dono Riega, like that was my generation. So my generation appreciated that, you know what I mean? Like, there was nothing missing. Like Future and 2 Chainz and all those records that came out that are coming out now, like maybe at that time it wasn't right for the moment, you know what I'm saying? So right now I don't feel like there's nothing really missing, you know what I'm saying?
You feel like the evolution of the sound.
It's just a revolution of the sound, right. That's what I feel like. Yeah, it's a revolution. It's new music. I don't feel like it's missing anything. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You think anything's missing?
You know what it is? That's a very important topic.
It is a topic, and that's why I posed it tonight. All of my artists tonight.
Well,
it's just not the same.
It's different.
But I can agree with you in regards to this is the wave now. This
This is
sound
a
now.
new sound.
Because then, as you look, we're gonna look back and say, wait a minute, that was then, and it's gonna be something else. That's a new wave that comes
and
in
I think
now.
what we have to do is, if you ask our peers that came before us, you know,
right, they're gonna have a different answer.
Even like, you know, people always talk about R&B, like, you know, it'll never be the same. We had Marvin Gaye and Al Green and that, but then we brought in a new generation with Mike and Luther and Maxwell and Joe and some amazing people.
Right.
So we have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a change.
Biggie did what he did. Jay did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Nas did what he did. There has to be a new change of the guard and a new era of people coming into music. And even though in some of the transitions of it, there might be some for the moment music. But guess what? For all that, there's gonna spark a new brand of people saying, you know what? I'm trying to do more to be, you know, that's gonna last a little bit longer. So I think it's all relevant. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good topic, actually. I like what he said. So let's play some of the music now and get into it, because this record people been talking about, and I personally don't know. I don't know what Swirl is. So this is, you know, I don't keep up on streets like as much as I don't have BET anymore. So I don't know what Swirl is. Tell me what Swirl is. We about to get into the record. You want to talk about what Swirl is, or do we just need to hear the record?
Swirling. It's just play the record.
Just play the record. Just play the record. It's in the record. Drop the record. DWI, drop the record.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Next up, radio.
Start raising her back in the building.
That record was tough, man.
Swirling right now.
Swirling was tough right there.
Tell us, so how did you collaborate with Ace Hood and Fat Joe?
Well, first I'm gonna start with Fat Joe. I have a friend in Miami. His name's Carlito.
Okay.
He has a show actually at universemiami.com. It's a good show. It's called Chop, something like that. Chop and Scratch. No, Scratch and Chop. Something like that. You just look it up on universemiami.com.
Okay.
It's a good show, but he's my friend, you know what I'm saying, and he's part of Terror Squad. And he's been supporting me for a long time with his own music, you know what I'm saying, since day one. Since I've been in Miami, he's been supporting me. So I came out with Swerving, and you know, I kind of had it on the radio for a couple, you know, probably like a month or something like that. And then I just felt like to make the record excel, I wanted to add features to it and make it a remix. So I spoke to Carlito, and I asked him to see if he can get Joe on it, and you know, he put it together, and then you know, that's how we got Joe on. That's what Joe, we got him like that, you know, with Carlito, and shout out to Carlito for that, you know, I'm in Miami. And then Ace Hood is pretty much the same thing. I have a friend of mine, his name is Nino Brown. He's actually signed to
Carlito and Nino Brown.
Yeah,
Carlito.
Nino Brown. Nino Brown, he was formerly known as Rich Kid. He signed Paddy.
Okay.
Be the Best. He has a song with French Montana and Ace Hood and a couple people. Cool friend of mine. I asked him as well if he can get, you know, a feature for me from the Be the Best group. And I asked him for Ace Hood, and you know, he spoke to me about it, and you know, he got it, you know, he put it together for me, you know. So that's basically how it got put together through mutual friends and stuff like that. You know, it's all about who you know.
It's all about who you know. And not only that, it's got to be a good thing. Like whenever you talk about features, if you're an up and coming artist, a feature is like, you may not necessarily love the music that you're gonna feature on, but if it's somebody who's got like a name already, that's a big look for you. But if these are cats who are already out happening, I mean, come on, Joe, you know, he's legendary in the game, and Ace is doing his thing. To get on a record with you, who's coming up, that's gotta let you know it's because they like the music.
Right.
That's a good feeling right there.
Right, the song has to be right. Like,
yeah,
they're not
absolutely.
on anything like
right.
That's for sure. So, but yeah, that's how we all got connected, you know, the mutual friends and stuff.
So what's next up for you?
Well, we have another song that's gonna come out. I don't know if I should.
Can't let the cat out of the bag. But, come on, man. This is why you on here to talk. We gotta get to. Don't not tell us and then tell see the God tomorrow. Come on, man.
You notice I'm looking behind the cameras to see if I can say it.
Yeah, come on. Important people can't talk. That's why he's here.
Just know we got a lot of records coming out. A lot of records.
So we're gonna look forward to that.
We have a lot of records coming out. We have 2 videos we're about to release. It's called Black Market, which is like a street record. We could probably, I could probably get that page today. Black Market, because it's a street record.
Okay.
And then we have Sip Slow, which is another video we have coming out. That's for the ladies.
Yeah.
So we
You
have,
know what's like me, I sit very slow. But why you babysitting that drink? No, I'm sipping very slow. I'm a lady.
Right.
So we have that video coming out.
Take your time.
Yeah, so
don't take it to the head and then be like, hey, let's do that later. Take your time. I'm gonna work on you ladies. Just take your time.
You guys are crazy. Yeah, so any shout outs you want to give out to me?
Yeah, of course. I want to shout out Pro Styles. I want to shout out DJ Entice, DJ Grill, DJ Sus One. Wait, am I? Is this? Hold on, one question. Is this supposed to be? Is this a rap?
No,
okay. DJ Self, you know what I'm saying? Sus One. All the radio stations has been showing up. My whole team, Full Pound Records.
Full Pound.
You already know Full Pound Records.
Now, who produced the record that we just heard, Swirling? Because that's a heavy record, right?
Young Focus.
Young Focus.
Young Focus. He's a great producer.
Definitely Focus when he did that.
Yes, he's a very great producer. He's focused. That's his name, Focus. Very talented. I mean, the majority of my records was pretty much produced by him. The upcoming ones.
Great production.
He mixes as well. He mixes the records. Very good, talented kid. You know, he promotes. Man, before we got to this position, he put a lot of work. Like he did videos, edited, produced, mixed, mastered, designed, promoted. Like the kid doesn't sleep. Like Young Focus is very good.
And it's good to have somebody like that, because so many people think, you know, I gotta have a team of like 50 people to do all those things. If you have somebody, invest in some people who you know and you trust that are in-house, that, you know what I'm saying, you build that belief in them and they're gonna give back to you. Because a lot of times you think, you know, okay, I'm an independent artist, I don't have a budget for a stylist, and I don't have a budget for PR, and I need an engineer, and then I need a producer, and I need, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not everybody does as many things as Focus does, but when you have people in-house that you can invest in there, you know, that'll help bring a lot. That's a big deal. So that's
right. Definitely, but he's real good, man, real good. Anybody wants some beats, you know, it's at Young Focus FPR. That's his Twitter and Instagram, if y'all want to check him out, you know.
I'm pretty sure after Swirling, his price is going up a little bit. That's what's up, man. So these new records you got coming out, is that a part of, you got an album you getting ready to drop, or you still just dropping singles like Motown era? Well, I mean, what's...
That right there, we're still discussing it right now.
Okay.
A lot of us want to do a mixtape, a lot of us want to just keep throwing records out. So right now, I think we're aiming towards the mixtape. I believe we're going to have DJ Nasty from Miami. He's going to probably host it.
Okay.
He's a good friend of mine.
Miami Love. I was going to say, Miami Love.
I live in Miami right now. Okay. Yeah. I'm from the Bronx originally. I was out there for a couple of years. I'm out there for a couple of years now. I might move back.
Do you miss New York?
Yeah, I miss New York. It's home. Like, it's home. My mom's out here, my sisters, my brothers, my aunt, my friends, everyone. I'm like pretty much out there kind of alone.
But
I'm saying, like,
that sunshine in the wintertime, that's all I can keep with.
Yeah.
You know
So this is cold for you now. You see how cold it is now? I'm telling you. It's just like the other day, it was like 70 or something. Now
now this is the big question. Are you a heated Knicks fan? Are you a heated Knicks fan? Come on, we need to know. We need to know. You know what's coming.
Answer the question.
Come on, come
Answer the question.
Oh, I got it.
Answer this question. Answer this question.
It's so tough to have. Alright, I'm just gonna have to say I'm a Knicks fan.
Come on.
Knicks fan.
It's gonna be, see how he turned the Yankees thing around? I think it's gonna be something New Yorkers are gonna like.
It's just that like honestly, I support the Heat. You know what I'm saying? The reason why is because number one, they're a great team.
They are.
They are.
They're a great team. They hustle. You know what I'm saying? They play good. But everybody who pretty much supported me in this music industry started in Miami. Like everyone, like Miami, like my support came from Miami.
Absolutely.
So for me,
and that's a big deal.
So for me, it's very important to like support what they like, and they love the Heat.
Right.
So I'm a Knicks fan though.
Okay. Do you tell them that in Miami that you are a Knicks fan?
I'm a Knicks fan, but I don't knock them. Like if they play, may the best win. That's what I say.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that because I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, and so when my whole team basically got traded to the Knicks with, you know, Melo and Chamel and basically I got traded to the Knicks. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I have an affection for the Nuggets because that's my hometown. But, you know, I've been in New York for 10 years now, so it's like, you know, I'm a Knicks fan. So it's like, it's tough. So I get where you're coming from, man. But it's all good.
That's all good, yeah, but shout out to the Heat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna have problems if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. He could be torn.
Yeah.
He gonna be torn.
He's already doing this, doing that.
Oh man. I think the Heat gonna take this year for sure. Then like no doubt about it.
For LeBron's sake, I hope so. I'm going for the Knicks.
No doubt about it.
Well, I mean, look, man, keep putting out them singles. I think, like I said, we got Mike here. He's from the Motown era. That's the thing I think the music is getting back to. Yeah, I had to shout out Mike. He just makes it. Come on, it's Mike, man.
You put that there.
I think
he puts this here.
It's Mike. Come on, you can't argue with Mike.
There's no argument. I'm just saying.
Right, yeah. It's just, yeah. So I think that's what music, I kind of like that about how it's getting back to that, putting out singles. And you know what I'm saying? Because I think we lost the trust of the fans, and you know there was a good stretch where people weren't putting together good albums. You know, it was like, oh, people are spending money, cool. I'm gonna put together some bull and they're gonna buy it anyway. Yeah. So we lost that trust, and plus iTunes and that, you know, also put it into a single market. Yeah. But I think it forces artists to step up and say, look, I'm gonna keep putting out hot singles and just force you to become a fan to where you're gonna want to, you know, buy the album or something like that. So if that's the route you choose to go, I think that's a good thing. You know, it keeps you know you on your toes. You gotta keep putting out dope music to satisfy the consumer.
Right.
So that's a good thing, man. Well, hey, whatever it is you're putting out, we're looking forward to. Now, is this something that you have?
Oh, this is a T-shirt, Full Power Records T-shirt. I want to give y'all.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, coming with gifts. We coming with gifts, full pounds.
This is
What size is it?
Extra small from the car.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'll take this one.
She gonna cut it up.
Yeah. He already know. The tied up in the bag.
Making sure,
the girls been free. Shirts cut in the
that's a dope shirt.
I got you with a small
Thank you
anything,
so
right?
much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a good look right here, man. You know what? We need more artists gonna bring gifts. They have Full Pound alright with me. Alright with me. Brother, you are welcome to come back anytime you want to, man. That's what's up.
Appreciate it.
Next time you're in New York, come through.
I'll be out here.
We on
the 28th, and then I'm gone, and I'm coming back in August or September. Depends on the team. Summer Jam. I'm not even then. I'm just gonna stay out here for Summer Jam then.
Okay, so you just making business right now.
Just making moves, you know.
I was gonna say, you making the rounds, in the radio stations, moving this record.
And shout out to the stations. We got Houston, Florida, Chicago,
Macon,
Atlanta, a lot of places.
South getting into it. That's what's up, man.
So
West Coast anytime soon? You ready to get out to that West Coast and make some noise?
We were talking about that.
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
That's a great love.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that. But I take one step at
a
time.
One step at a time, baby.
That's all you can.
We just working where, you know what I'm saying, where the people
where
actually
the man,
appreciate it.
That's what's up.
So
I think that's the right way to go about it, man.
yeah, working hard.
Yes.
Can't stop working, you know what I'm
We
saying?
gonna keep it in rotation up here, I know that much.
Definitely.
It's hard work, man. You understand? Like right now, I'm like taking a deep breath because I'm like sitting here. I'm like, damn, like this is happening.
Yeah.
Like for real. You guys want to know? This is pretty much my real first interview.
Wow, that's what's up.
It's a pleasure to be here.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
And I thank y'all for having me here.
Well, you handle yourself very well, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Humble
Appreciate it.
dude, well
You have you
spoken.
been?
Yeah.
Nah, it's the first time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That is hilarious. GW. That is hilarious. Now, man, that's what's up. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I love this moment because this is the best moment when people are really just starting
And
to.
you're so humble about it.
Yeah,
You
just
can show that you
realizing
are
that.
Yeah, of course, I have to, man. It's been a long time. Like putting in work, sacrifices and stuff, you know?
That's what's up, man. Well, we're glad we got you early, man, and catch this part of it. So,
I just, before this is over though, I just want to tell artists out there, don't give up.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be times in your life
That you feel like
that
it.
you just want to give up. And when you least expect it, it just comes back, it just comes around and then you win.
Also,
You know what I'm saying?
patience.
So all of them artists out there, if there's only one thing I can tell you, is just don't give up.
artists, you heard that here first. Raziel,
Yes.
don't give up.
Don't give up. I mean,
And he brought t-shirts. You're gonna have to bring t-shirts. He made it every artist, they gotta come on and step your game up.
full
We
pound.
got t-shirts, artists. Don't give up and bring t-shirts.
Nah, don't give up, really. Like, don't.
That's serious.
So is there anything else we can talk about before we go?
I got a question for you. I got a question for you. If you could do a feature with a female right now, you got the dudes
You're
represent.
asking the question of the week, bro.
Yeah, I'm asking that. I'm asking that real quick. If there was a female that you could have on a record, maybe to spark some controversy, maybe got extra hugged up in the video. I don't know. I'm just saying. Who would that be? Who would it be? He's smiling,
Who would it be?
Who would it be?
Look at his face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
like that.
Out the bag.
Who would it be?
I recommend it. I would definitely work with her. I recommend it.
Wow.
You wanna
That's
know why?
what's up. That's what's up. Please.
The girl,
She, yeah.
grind.
She is on her, yeah.
She.
I was gonna say she's hungry.
She's very.
And you can see her hunger
she's
for what she wants.
Yeah, she's
I
extreme.
see it.
So I like that about her. I kind of see me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I would want to work with her.
Okay,
As far
well,
as
Erica,
female.
Erica, if you're listening.
He's done. He's done.
And she said it's done already, is it? That's what's up. She said it's going down like 4 flats.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
She tries, and I like that about her. I like people who work hard, like,
Yeah. And you can see that she's passionate about it.
Yeah.
She really wants it.
That sounds like a whole nother reality show about to happen. I don't know. I'm just saying. I want 5% if that goes down. I'm just saying.
Listen, I got a record for her too.
Okay.
It's already there. She just has to listen to it and agree to it.
And
So
that's
if
it.
you're listening, you already know what it is.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like it. You prepared. I like
I already
it.
got that record. It's there.
That's cool.
It's there. Like, trust me.
That's what's up. One more question. We gotta ask you the question of the day that we've been asking all our artists on here.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a controversial topic. So, recently, I'm sure you keep up with sports. You had the admission from Jason Collins. He came out. He was openly gay. The first of any active, player in major sports. But as of right now, he's not on an active roster. And, from the commissioner and some people, there's some concerns that if he's not on a team next year, people think it may be because of his, admission about being openly gay. So we wanted to ask people on this show, if you were the president of a major record label, and there was an artist on the come up who was an independent artist making a lot of noise, and he was openly gay, would you sign him?
Heck yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Like, he's a human being just like we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have nothing with mine.
Not even a question.
Nah.
Well, there's a big stigma in the industry,
Yeah.
especially in music.
Anybody
In sports also, but especially in music, about homophobia, maybe a lot of stereotypes and maybe insecurity,
Grow up.
especially in hip hop.
Grow up. That's all.
That's true. Because one thing has nothing to do with the other. I agree with you.
I'm like,
Definitely.
just grow up. Like, honestly.
That's what's up.
I mean, That's nonsense. Like, yeah, no way. Nah.
That's what's up. And you know what? I don't remember which athlete it was, but I think he probably had the best answer I've heard. He said, I don't even know why we're talking about it, because sexual preference isn't even an issue.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't go run around asking about, you know, Dwayne Wade's, you know, personal life and what he's doing with it. You know, so the fact that it's even a conversation, but it still just lets you know that there's a lot of stigma and stereotypes and insecurities and intolerance that we're still breaking down in this society, you know. So it's good to see artists and people who are saying, hey, look, you know, it's about these are people here.
You're gonna make me do shirts that says we support the nigga. That's what you're gonna do.
That's
shirts.
That's a big.
Not something like that. Something for them. I'll do that.
That's big. That's big.
Come on. Honestly, I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going on. Honestly, I didn't know.
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's a hot button topic, but that's all.
Well, tell us all of your social networks, and maybe we can get you music, just before we get out of here.
All right, we have everything is pretty much at The Real Raziel.
Okay.
It's Raziel. You can Google, YouTube, everything. Everything at The Real Raziel. And we got www.fullpoundrecords.com. RazielChamel.com is, you know, we're working on that right now. Pretty much that's it. I mean, swerving, just YouTube it, Google, just put swerving, and you don't even have to put my name, just put swerving, SWIRLIN.
That, you know what it is? That's one of those records that even with this remix, I feel like it's one of those that like another group of people could want to jump on and it be kind of have like a whole nother life. It's got that kind of like,
yeah, they do.
you know what I'm saying? It's got that kind of feel like it can have a whole nother life.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. Like a lot of the DJs were, you know, they were telling me like, no offense to Fat Joe nor R100, they were pretty much saying like, yo, you didn't really need them on the song. Like that's what they were saying. No offense to them, you know.
Yeah, no, the song can stay on.
That's how good the record is. And they were telling me like, yo, you know, you didn't really need them on the record like that. Like, you know, but it was an honor to have them on it, especially Joe and I'm saying coming from the Bronx and then R100 being the one of the number one artists out right now with that Bugatti record. I congratulate him.
Yeah, so they did.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody jump on it. Bust a rhyme.
That would be dope.
Oh,
and anybody you personally would like to have on record. Maybe even if it's not on this record, but somebody you just, you know, that you like what they're doing, you respect, be like, yo, I would love to have a feature with this guy.
50. I'm gonna keep saying 50 on every interview I have to. It's just that 50 is dope, man.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you can never go wrong with 50.
And bust the rhymes.
Yeah.
And maybe Fabulous too. Don't
make me keep going. Keep it in New York. Keep it in New York though.
But if I'm three, definitely, I would definitely, you know what I'm saying, probably would love to work with on the record, you know what I'm saying? Focus.
50, we gonna make that happen. Wherever you are, 50, I don't know where, you hang around with Money Mayweather right now. 50, I don't know where you at, but, you know, we gonna work that out, man. Yeah. DWI know 50, he run around here. DWI, you supposed to be getting Sierra on the show. Remember, we were supposed to have, I had a question for Sierra. Just like you wanted to work with Erica Mena, I need to work with Sierra. And, yeah, so that's a whole other show. But anyway. We're going to make that happen.
Thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story.
Thank you.
Wishing you lots of luck. And when you're back in New York, let us know.
Of course. Okay. I will definitely. I'm going to definitely keep you guys.
Keep us up to date, posted on the you and Erica Mena saga, because I feel like that's a show that's about
I believe that's going to happen for him, and we just better be on the lookout for him.
I want to be on the show.
You got it.
Okay, folks. Well, this was another edition of Next Up Radio. Each and every Monday between 8 and 10 p.m. It's Marie. Shout out to anything?
Right?
Writers Rumble that we had our artist Daisy Grant was talking about earlier. It's a reality show that got picked up by Punch Television.
Yes.
It picked up Comcast and DirecTV. It's
coming summer of 2013.
Yes,
right?
summer of 2013. It's going to be major, man. It's going to be major. So
shout out to Comcast.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Comcast. Do you know, before we get out of here, do you know I used to work, that was my last job.
Wow.
They supported me. They helped me get through my life, my bills and my house, everything.
It's important,
That was
man.
my last job before music.
That's
So
what's
shout out
up.
to Comcast and everybody there who support me. They still support me.
Now when you left and the situation popped, did you go back in there like, look here, snitches, all you people who didn't think I was gonna make it?
I said,
I'm
They
swearing.
supported him. I think they
supported
No, but you know, there's somebody at every job who's like, man,
yes,
look,
Poppy.
if Raziel will come off his 15-minute break and stop rapping over the beat, you know what I'm saying? People who think it's just a play.
No,
You know
listen,
what
I
I'm
can tell
saying?
you from everyone, I'm talking about managers, human resource, man, the things they did for me in that
Oh,
that
that's
job,
what's up.
I should have got
That's what's up.
fired a long time ago, and they supported me so much, like so many shows I had to do, they just let me go.
That's
Don't
what's
worry,
up.
they supported me
You don't get a lot of jobs that
Man,
like that.
I'm telling you,
Look at you now,
They
yeah.
should have fired me, and they didn't, and I appreciate it. They got me through, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
They got me through.
Good luck. Comcast, you never know.
Yeah, man, Comcast.
This country is going straight to hell.
All right, folks, well, have a great week. Okay, next up radio. We'll see you next Monday.
Shit.
8 10 p.m.
Time with every next up radio.
Hypnotizing that Molly, hypnotizing that tree, hypnotizing that lick. I am sipping on codeine. I am hypnotizing that Molly, hypnotizing that tree.